Alright, so today I won't be here for long. I'll do I think a 3-hour stream, so because it's supposed to be a poker day, but I want to finish this section here, and yeah. So if I remember this exercise here, I should take the biggest number from each one and return an array with them. So I think I need to create a variable outside of here and make it equal to this thing here, which is supposed to be the number, the index of the number in one of these arrays. And then I need to put max number equals a here. And here. And if this is correct, then this is gonna iterate over each array and start the max number here and then push. Oh, I'm not sure if this push is inside and if this .c is inside of here. It might be here. It might be incorrect because each iteration has to start one number, and then after the iteration it needs to push. So if I do push, it might push all the numbers instead of just the max number. But I'm not sure how the loop runs here. Oh, it's not showing up on other screen. So I'm not sure which order it goes through. If it loops here first for each one and then goes outside, then I think this C push should be outside here. So it runs through this, gets a max number, and then pushes to C, then goes through the loop again, so on and so forth. But if it's yeah, that logic makes more sense to me. I think that's how it's supposed to work, but I'm not sure. If it goes through the two loops at the same time, then like one here, then one here, then one here, then one here, and second, then I think this won't work. So let's try it out. Let me put it on Python tutor so I can see what's happening. So assign an R, size the max number. Okay, first one is not. Well, how come the max number is not? So this line is wrong, apparently. I think it has to be max number less than a instead. So it first loops through the jack one, then goes to the other array. So yes, so first loops through this one, and then goes to the other one. So let me put a here and see what happens. Still doesn't work. Before it was working like this. Just set the max number. The way the other guy did it was set the max number to minus infinity first. But if a equals this one, why is not going through? Don't understand. Let's put it like this and see what happens. I'm gonna fail here, but now I think it's working, the loop at least. A block undefined. So I think this have to be set up outside of this loop here, and that's the problem. And that's why it wasn't working. The first time I did it with a, well, now it's telling me that it's not an array that is returning, so let's see what happens here. Oh, it's because I put the next max number inside. So this a is here. Well, let's put it like this. I think I need to create another variable. At least it's returning an array now. So it says, oh, so it's pushing every number probably. That's the issue. Not the max one. So this push needs to be outside of the loop. This should be on the outer loop, not the inner loop. Still giving me wrong, but I think it's probably closer than the last one. See, push. Okay. So max number is 5 now. Let's see if it pushes. So the first number is 0. Probably that's why it's wrong. Let's see at the end here what happens. So why is not catching the thousands? Max number 1001. So it just skips this line. Oh, because the loop is finished. So it finishes the loop before it reads this line. So where can I place this push max number so it works? Maybe we can put one outside of the loop as well. And why is the first value 0? Empty array, let's see. So in this line cranks. And C push max number. Oh, because max number is 0 and then I'm saying to push max number before I assign it. Maybe if I put it below here instead of putting outside, and then I put another one here. C push. So it calls that before it's. But I wonder if I'm gonna be able to access this variable inside of this loop here. Probably yes. Or probably not. Let's see what happens on this one. So this one stops right here. Oh, because there's no max number, it doesn't understand. Yeah. But if I put it before, it's gonna run into the same problem. I'm gonna have 0 at the end, at the beginning of the string, of the array. So how can I set it to undefined before? Or maybe if I just let C push outside of the loop, but the problem is that then that's I'm gonna push all the numbers and not just the maximum one, the biggest one. Okay, let me try. I don't think it's gonna work, but I need to try it at least. And then I'm gonna put it in this here. So max number is 0, empty array. And then it just goes through the loop again, yeah. Oh, maybe I can do unshift or shift at the end. Instead, I just do it like this. C shift X. How can I take a number from an array? Let's do that 7 for array. What removes the first element? It's one of these. Removes the first element from an array and returns the removed element. So I don't think I need to specify the thing, but if I did, now let's do it like this and see what happens. Oh, now it gives me another one, right? So this one should return this, and this one's is not working. This one's not working because it's minus. Let's put minus infinity here, like the other guy. Infinity is not defined. So how does it work on the code from the guy there? Yeah, let's put the minus page number. It still doesn't work. So the ones that are not working are this one. So it's returning an array and it's returning this one correct. What's the difference between them? It's probably that's only changing the value if the number is bigger than the previous arrays. Because if I have a bigger number, it doesn't set on the next ones. For example, here's 48, and then there's no number that is bigger than 48 here. And that's not the case here, but is the case here and here. Like 26, 27, and then only low numbers on the next string. So how can I delete the number after each iteration? So I can reset it. Maybe I need to put it inside this string instead of outside. Maybe that's gonna reset. Max number is not fine. No, I am defining here. Oh, because then it doesn't push the outer loop. And if I put it there, it's gonna, if I put shift there, it's gonna mess it up. And if I just put C shift like this, let me see if it changes if I erase this. Yeah, so this is the problem here. But if I don't put this, it's not gonna push the last number into the thing. Well, let's do it like this and see what happens. Now this one's not working as well. And let me try to put it this after the loop. Here. It still doesn't work. So let's read this. First sets the array, then next number, then goes through this loop and finds the biggest number here. And then sets this for the biggest number inside of this. Oh no, then it pushes. It pushes first and then sets the number. So I think this should be here. So this sets the number, pushes, and then goes through the loop again. Oh, maybe it's because of the C shift. Since I put the number inside, I don't need this thing. Maybe not, because the first number is gonna be this one anyway. So the issue is that you need to reset the number every time. Maybe if I just put it inside of here again. It has to be outside of the loop. So every time it goes through, it resets. Let's see how this works. On Python tutor. Which is JavaScript tutor now. So it sets the number and pushes through the array. Then it resets the number again. Oh, that's the issue. It's gonna pass the last number if I do it like that. And if I take, oh, if I take this off, and maybe if I put it after here too, but then it's not gonna work on the first time. Yeah. Let's see the execution of this one. So this has to be after, either after or outside. Yeah, it has to be outside, because if it's after, it's not gonna push the first time. It has to be outside the loop. And this is not gonna work as well. At least I'm making some progress, I think. So it pushes, Let's see if it gets the second one. No. So it gets the second one. It gets the other one. 39. It doesn't get the last one. And this is gonna be the problem of these ones here, which is that I'm not resetting the max number every time for each loop. Let's think about how can I do that. It's gonna be 539 1001, and then returns this one. And let me take this other largest of 4 to see. What's happening there? Blah blah, 27, 27. It returns 27 2 times. Then 39. Then 1000. That's the problem. So it is correct, but it has to reset every time. Reset for every loop. What if instead of putting a max number less than this one, but then it's not gonna give me the biggest one. If I put it after here, it's not gonna work as well. Yeah. Hundred and nine, like that. Oh, so it goes through this first. Oh, because this is inside of the... get it now. Yeah, I'm confusing the if statement with the loop as well, so it has to be here. It's still wrong, but now I think I can understand it better. Let's see. Okay, same thing. Oh, then, yeah, that's the problem. It's gonna push, so yeah, but I think I already tried to put it right after the see push max number. Like here. Let's see if it works. Oh shit, it works. I confused this. I was gonna put it in Python tutor, but I pressed there before. Wasn't expecting it to work. Finally. Now I'm gonna look at the solution from the guy again to remember what he did. Because I think he definitely did different than me. Nice, feels good, man. Look at the solutions as well. Function var results creates a thing, empty array, then creates the outer loop, largest number is equals n. Well, so it specifies an index here. For var in the inner loop, subarray, man. SB, what does SB stands for? Yeah, similar loop, but results n equal largest number. Different way to put it. I'm not sure if I understand this. Create a variable to store the results as an array. This variable here. Create an outer loop to iterate through the outer array. Create a second variable which will hold the largest number and initialize it with the first number. Oh, so initializes with the first number. That's what this is doing. But how does it know that the first number is going to be the biggest? This must be outside an inner loop, so it won't be reassigned until we find a larger number. Oh, because it's not pushing to the array. So the first one doesn't go to the array. That's why he doesn't need to do the shift methods later. Create a second variable. Create sad linear loop to work with the subarrays. And this is the loop that goes through the arrays and assigns a new largest number. If the number is bigger than largest number, because he initialized with the first value, largest number equals. But doesn't this run into the same problem? What if the largest numbers from the previous string? Oh no, because he's initialized with the first number every time, not a fixed number. That's why. Okay, let's see the other solution. Well, this one uses map, and this looks way more simple. Turn r.map function group and group.reduce function prev current and current. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. We map all items within the main array to a new array using array prototype.map and return this array as the final result. Within each inner array, we reduce its content down to a single value using array prototype.reduce. Also, that's what this does here. So this command maps the array, which creates a new array. Map all items within the main array to a new array using. The callback function passed to the reduce method takes the previous value and the current value and compares the two values. And this is what this does here. If the current value is higher than the previous value, we set it as the new previous. So the current is bigger than prev. Current else prev. So if the current is bigger, it's gonna stay with the current one, and if it's not, then it's gonna change to the previous. But this is hard to think. I wouldn't think like this if it wasn't written this way here. It's not intuitive to me. Current value is higher than the previous value. Set it as the new previous value for comparison with the next item within the array, or returns it to the map method callback if it's the last item. Because it doesn't make sense that this return is gonna update the value for the function every time, and it's gonna loop through it. I think the map is what makes it loop through all the arrays, right? And the reduce is what makes each one choose a single value by comparing these two, and then runs this if statement. Return if current. So if the current is bigger than prev, it's gonna return the current, and then else gonna return the prev now. Oh, so now I think I get it. This makes it loop through the whole thing, and for each time it's gonna reduce by comparing the two. This is the function that reduces. This is the statement that reduces. That chooses from the. This is the statement that reduces, and this is the statement that chooses from the reduced array. Now this compares the two. And there's gonna be two numbers left at the end, at the final thing, at the end of the array that is analyzing, and then it's gonna return based on this statement here. I think that's what's going on there. What's this function dot bind mathmax no? This math.max I don't know how to use. I don't think there was a lesson about this, except in part 1, which doesn't necessarily teaches what's inside of the math method. I don't know if method is the right word, but I don't think I'm gonna go through this. Save some energy for the next challenge. It's probably really hard as well. And I'm also gonna search for the answer from the guy again. From the useful programmer. Useful program.
At DigitalOcean, we know that building, deploying, and managing your apps takes a lot more than just treading water. It especially when it comes to scaling.
Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to return the largest numbers in an array. Return an array consisting of the largest numbers from each provided subarray. For simplicity, the provided arrays will contain exactly 4 subarrays. Remember that you can iterate through an array with a simple for loop and access each back just the exact same thing. So we want to have...
First part I can skip, I think. It's gonna make the loops.
Iterating.
All that. So it creates a variable called R.
We're going to set that equal to 0 here. And so in here, we're going out with individual highest value. And with each iteration...
And this is his max number.
When I is equal to 0, we're setting it equal to 0. When I is equal to 1, we'll switch over to here, and then we'll set the individual highest value again. So
oh, the internet's slow.
here we can say that in
while this loads, I'm gonna think about this problem here. Check if a string first argument string target ends with the given target string second argument target. So check if a string
value
ends with the given target string.
Oh, okay, so we want to say if the individual highest value is greater than the individual array at position j, then we want to set the individual highest value equal to the individual array at position j.
Great.
Right? Now, why do we do that? Because we want to get the highest value. And so once we have set the individual, so this is going to keep iterating through until this is complete. And then we're going to say, we want the result to be pushed on. We want to add to the result the individual highest value. And then at the end, we're going to return our result. Okay, so right now we're saying individual highest value equal individual highest length. So now I'm just going to console log the individual highest value. It's 0 all the time. Why is that? Individual highest value is equal to 0. If the individual highest value is 0 is greater than individual highest value is less than the individual array. There we go. Now we're getting, so initially we're starting off at 0. We set it equal to 4, and then it's equal to 5. Then it's equal to 5 again because 5 isn't greater than 3, and then 1. And so at the bottom we have this 4, 5, 5, 5, 13, 27. But that's not what we want. We want 27, 5, 39, and 1001. So the problem is we need to set this individual highest value in a different place. Okay, cool. So what's happening here is let's see, I'm just going to get rid of this console log here and we can just look at our result. So right now what we're doing is we're getting 4, 5, 5, 5. So we're pushing way too many values on there. So what's going on? The individual highest value, we're pushing it on each time. But we're pushing it on each time that there's a recurrence of an individual value. But we only want it to happen, we only want 1, 2, 3, 4 highest values. So 5, 27, 39, and 1001. But right now we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 array values. And so that's 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, or 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So that's why we're getting 16 values. So we need to do this result pushing, not at each point, but at the end of each array. And that'll give us the 5, 27, 39, and 101. Interesting.
So it creates a variable that's equal to each array.
This should be working. The largest of 4. 27, 5, 39, 101. Weird.
Which is the same thing as essentially writing our I and J. J or Jack? J, I think.
So I'm just going to take the results from here, or the function from here, and pass it into here. This should be 25, 40 here. Okay, so here we're getting negative numbers. We're just passing in negative numbers, which is not what we want.
Let's see if yeah, his problem 35, no. But here it does pass, even though it's 26, and then only smaller numbers on the next array.
Want, because right now our individual highest value, I set it equal to 0 to start with, but 0 is greater than negative 72, and 0 is greater than negative 3. And so we want to make this guy like negative infinity. And now we're getting the negative 3. So what was happening there is our individual highest value was 0, which is greater than all these numbers, and therefore we weren't able to actually address these issues. So yeah, what's happening? First off, we're going into this array and we're saying, well, let's break it into individual array segments. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're doing another for loop within this nested array. And we set the individual highest value equal to negative 0, negative infinity, and then we've got our individual array. Our individual array becomes equal to this, and then we're saying is 17.
Mine wasn't working. If his is, and the only difference is that he has individual array J here. J or Jack, I don't know how to pronounce this.
J.
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 Yeah. And then he's doing the push.
15 greater than negative infinity? Yes. So we save it as.
Let's go to the next one. Okay, so this one I need to create something that checks if the last string is the end of the first string. The challenge can be solved with the ends with method, which was introduced in ES 2015. But for the purpose of this challenge, we would like you to use one of the JavaScript substrings methods instead. So I think this is an easier one than the last one. Let's see if I remember. I know if I do -1, it has to be the last part of the string, right? But it has to be phrases as well, not just a letter. Let's try to do this. Let's create property -1 string bash. And so only works for arrays. Check if a string ends with the given target string. So that should return true or false. Yeah, true or false. If so, how can I say that I want the end of the string? String. Old link anchored concat match dot match. It's gonna be. Oh yeah, it's the regex thing that I need to do. Or maybe not, because I'm not gonna be able to, or at least I don't know how to copy the one string, to translate one string into a regex and then verify for the other one. Match method retries the result of matching a string against a regular expression. Yeah, this is the regex. Or maybe I can put target instead of a regex. But I want to be, yeah, because then when he puts the string, it's gonna be the same one. Let's use this one then. But how can I see if, what does it mean by end? That's the thing. What does it mean by end? So this returns false. This returns true. So the whole word should be at the end. regardless if it's a letter or a part of the letter. Oh, I know I can check if it's that. String. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't need to put this actually. Const string and then equal. Maybe const a equals string. Const a equals string. Const target equals. No, const target not. Const regex. Which can be any name, I think, that I choose. Maybe equal. Then this symbol should give me the last one. I think this is correct, right? Yeah. And then here is a, and it's const font. Yeah, we'll put const first string. Just so it's more elegant, I think. And here should be return string, should be return found maybe. Console.log. No. So I just give him a no. So this is probably wrong. Should be giving me true here. Console.log form. First string.match regex. Maybe if I put it in things like this. Maybe it's because this just accepts the things that I'm trying to search for targets or not. Which string that is best. Let's look at the execution of this. See what's going on. Target in baixa. First string baixa. Object found no. And it doesn't show. So how can I search for this? If regex plays and regex object, it is implicit convert charge regexp by using new regexp. Don't give any parameter and use match method directly, you'll get an array with an empty string. An array whose contents depend on the presence of or absence of the global flag, or null if no matches are found. Industrial process. An object of named capturing groups holds key. Keys are the names and values are the capturing groups, are undefined if no named capturing groups are defined. If you need to know if a string matches as a regular expression, regexp, use regexp. Maybe this is the one that I need. You only want first match found. You might want to use regexp. If you want to obtain capture groups and the global flag is set, you need to use these ones. So either it's gonna be with this regex, or it's gonna be with a new else statement. How should we use regex for a variable? Match a variable. JavaScript. The test method executes a search for a match between a regular expression and a specified string. Executes a search for a match between a regular expression and a string. Turns true or false. Constring regex. Why this global regex? I don't understand. Global regex. Test. So it's regex object test string. It turns true if there is a match between the regular expression. Use test whenever you want to know whether a pattern is found in a string. So the constant is a string. Let me do it like this. Const first string, and the const result this should be dot test. Const fog should be the other way around. Test first string. It's still giving me false. I think this is the method I need to use. Now I just need to know how to put this target string inside of here. And if I put it in a group instead of when the regex has the global flag set, test will advance the last index of the regex. For the call to test, we resume searching strings starting from last index. The last index property will continue to increase each time test returns true. I don't know if it should be case sensitive or not. In the examples, it doesn't seem like it should. So I'm close this one. Consider we have a string we need to remove all yes in that string. You can do that by using a replace method. You expand as an argument to the replace method. Pass it to the replace method. Regex can be created in two ways. First one is regex literal and the second one is regex constructor method. If you try to pass a variable to the regex literal pattern, it won't work. Right way of doing it is by using a regular expression constructor. So this has the answer, I think. So instead of constantly regex, should be new regex exp. And the variable. In the above code, we have passed the remove string variable as an argument to the new regex constructor method. Target. Why it puts this G in strings? I guess it's just the specification. Now it returns true. Nice. So I think now it's working. At least for some of them. Let's see. So the ones that fail should return false, and it will return. Maybe I can do it like this. No. So this is the problem. I don't think I can specify here. Yeah. Checking for if it has it or not. But it's not looking for it has it in the end. And that's the problem. He doesn't say how to specify. Maybe there's something in the documentation. So new regexp is what I'm looking for. Substring method returns a part of the string between the start and then indexes or to the end of the string. Now maybe this works. Put string substring equal target. Return value, a new string containing the specified part of the given string. Index and is omitted. Substring extracts characters to the end of the string. Any arguments? Let me try this one. I'm gonna comment this. try this. Got a lot more room. And if I put only one character here, yeah, it doesn't work. So this is not the way. Blah blah blah. Let's look for the new regex thing. Let me see. Yeah. Maybe this last index off also works. Execution. Yeah, it's probably here. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So constructor with a string pattern as first argument. Constructor with regular expression literal as first argument. The literal notation results in a compilation of the regular expression when the expression is evaluated. Use literal notation when the regular expression remains constant. For example, if you use literal notation to construct a regular expression used in a loop, the regular expression will be recompiled on each iteration. The constructor of the regular expression object, for example, resulting in runtime compilation of the regular expression. Use the constructor function when you know the regular expression pattern will be changing. Use the constructor function when you know the regular expression pattern will be changing, or you don't know the pattern and obtain it from another source, such as user input. Flags in constructor. Can supply flags in a constructor, constructing an one regexp from another. And the first argument is a regexp, and the second flag's argument is present. Oh, I read that wrong. A new regexp from the arguments is created. So, when using the constructor function, the normal string escape rules seen in special characters with backslash when included in a string are necessary. When using the constructor function, the normal string escape rules are necessary. For example, the following are equivalents. Note that several of the regexp properties have both long and short pair-like names. Both names always occur. So maybe if I put it like this here, yes, that's what I'm saying. Now it's giving me false for the test one. Yeah, because it's not a string, right? If I put backslash here, it doesn't work. I don't understand how can I specify. Instance methods. Test for a match in a string parameter. Searches the match in given strings and returns the index of pattern. Split, no, that's what I'm looking for. Using regular expression should change data format. Using regular expression to split lines with different line endings in the line. Multiple lines. Sticky flag. And Unicode characters. So I don't understand. How can I look for special symbols using the new regexp thing. Oh, it's like this one, not the other one. This gives me false again. Maybe if I put the symbols inside of this. Yeah. And then is $sign anyway, so let me try this with $sign. It's definitely gonna give me wrong because it's already giving false without writing anything. Can supply flags when constructing one regexp from. When the first argument is a regexp, then the second flag's argument is present. New regexp from this argument is created. And using the constructor function, the normal string escape rules backslash are necessary. So it should have a double backslash there. One backslash. So close. So close. I'm searching for new regexp.
So you want to be a software engineer?
Using special characters in regular expressions. Advanced pattern matching. We saw in the previous video the beginning of just how powerful regular expressions can be. In this video, we're going to look at some special characters that let us do advanced pattern matching. Let's begin with the symbols for the start and end of a string. A caret at the start of a regular expression signifies the start of a string, and a dollar at the end signifies the end of a string. So for example, this regular expression will match this string and this one, but not this one, because the ABC occurs in the string but not at the start. It will match this one, however, because and so on, which also includes to put a backslash in front of the character to escape it, so we can match the literal character.
Maybe I just need to put $sign here, but this is attributes, not invalid flags badge. constructor. Yeah. Backs have a special meaning when used in the context of regular expression. They are used to find a range of characters. It's basically the same thing. How to use constructor methods. The regexp constructor in JavaScript is used to return the function that created the regexp object's prototype, the construction function for an object. There's a different reference for various JavaScript types. Regular expression contains function regexp native code for regular expressions. Okay, but it doesn't have anything useful. Damn man, why is this so small? So far we've been creating regular objects using the slash and slash characters to define the start and end of the regular expressions in the following example. Although this is generally a preferred method, it was briefly mentioned that regexp object can also be created using the regexp constructor. I might use the first way most of the time. There are occasions, as we'll see in the tutorial quiz shortly, when the second way of creating regexp objects is necessary. For example, when a regular expression is to be constructed from user input. As an example, the preceding regular expression could equally well be defined as here we pass the regular expression as a string pattern to the regexp constructor function. A very important difference when using these methods is in how we use special regular expression characters such as \b, which have a backward slash in front of them. The problem is that the backward slash indicates an escape character in JavaScript. Strings, for example, we may use \b, which means a backspace, to differentiate them. It's going to tell me to use double slash. For example, we have defined a regexp object using this command, and declare it using new constructor. We need to write this. All special regular expression characters such as next we defined regular expressions with the structure blah blah. Do global case insensitive pattern. Yeah, doesn't tell me anything. Let me try. Should put on a group like this. It is not defined. Target is not a function. That's weird. If I put it like this, target is not a function. Let's see if this works. Now there's a bunch of them. So maybe if I create another variable, or maybe if I change this one, no, because this is gonna play with the string itself. Maybe if I write a string dot substring. Here. Let's try this one. It's still the same one as wrong. I have a feeling that this is not gonna show me how to do this.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to your 42nd JavaScript tutorial, in which we'll be looking at some special characters in regular expressions. So let's get started. And from the last tutorial, I hope you remember that we talked about match and how it worked. I will use that in this tutorial as well. So let's get started and create a random string consisting of some numbers and some letters, and you can bang your head on the keyboard if you want to do that. So I've done mine, and we have got this random bunch of string, which is completely illogical, but we need this for our example. So let's get started. Now let's create some regular expressions. So let's take a look at the dot regular expression. So this dot right here technically means everything except a that should be except. Actually, I just said except, and that looks kind of weird. So it should be except, except. So this dot would accept right now, accept everything except the new line. And what is the new line? Like this one. So this dot would match a string only till this. Let's see how this works. And we have this regular expression. Now let's create a result. Let's say my string dot match. I've got a regular expression inside the arguments. So here we go. Let's alert this. Now let's reload the browser. Oh, okay. So we can't have actually multi-lines in JavaScript, and we need to use some other thing like text area for that.
Hey guys, just thought I'd run you through how to use regular expressions with variables in them in JavaScript. So the other day I had a job where I had a comma-separated value file, CSV file. So say this is the distilled version of it. So it has a string like a value colon and then the URL, in this case comma a value colon the URL. So it's a very predictable type of format. And I need to parse the string and to grab the URLs out in this case and put them on the page basically. I initially created a regular expression which would explicitly look just between website and SoundCloud here for URL, and then repeat it for here. But obviously I'm creating a bit of a pattern here. So I realized if I could find a way to generically specify the start string and the end string, I could grab whatever's in the middle here in a predictable way. So basically I needed variables in a regular expression. So to do that is pretty straightforward. You can use the regexp object and instantiate it with a string, where in my case a string is whatever you want to start the beginning of the regular expression with, the match, so in this case it's website, with the colon, a space, and then in brackets I want to capture whatever the value is there, which is a URL, followed by before the comma, and then a space, followed by, in this case, SoundCloud. So essentially this function just will take over here the website for the beginning, it's the word SoundCloud for the end, and whatever the full string is. And that will return the URL in the middle here. And similarly, if I want to grab the Facebook URL here, I need to pass the Facebook word string and the stage, which is Facebook.
Test this. Nice, that's cool. Next one. I think I'm gonna search for the answers too. See what the other guy did and how they suggest you should do this. It feels so good when you get it right. My mouse is double clicking all the time. Let's see. Return string slice, string length, target length, equal target. First we use the slice method, copy the string. In order to get less characters in string equivalent to the target's length, we use the slice method. The first parameter inside the slice method is the starting index, and the second parameter would be the ending index. For example, string less than 17 would return give me. In this case, we only include one parameter, which it will copy everything from the starting index. We subtract the length of string, the length of target. That way, we shall get less remaining characters equivalent to the target's length. Finally, we will compare the return result of slice to target and check if they have the same character. We need to make a pattern from the target variable that exists at the end of the string. Since we will use a variable that will change the pattern each time the function is called, we will use the constructor of the regular expression object new. Yeah, similar to the way I did it. Actually, it's exactly the same way I did it. Thanks. But I didn't define a string here. It's unnecessary to do that. It just returns there. So instead of this stuff, it just returns this. Return. Yeah, there we go. It's okay, this is the same way I did. String slice. If a negative number is provided as the first parameter to slice, the offset is taken backwards from the end of the string. So use either slice or the regex. Yeah, same guy. I think he did all of the challenges. Probably.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to confirm the ending. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to confirm the ending. Check if a string, first argument string, ends with the given target string, second argument target. This challenge can be solved with the ends with method, which was introduced in ES 2015. For the purpose of this challenge, we would like to use one of the JavaScript substrings methods instead. So they say you can use ends with, but they don't want you to. Your code should not use the built-in method ends with. Okay, weird. Cool. So we solved with the ends with method. Okay, so Bastion. N. Is the last letter N in Bastion. This should return true. Okay, cool. So if we were to console log this, we want the confirmed ending to be true, not the word that was passed in. Okay, cool. So let's say, yeah, like the, okay, so let's say last letter equal to the string at position string.length. And then what happens if we console.log the last letter? This should just give us N. L-E-N-G-T-H. Okay, we want to be string.length -1, right? Why do we want 1? Because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the last element. The string.length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 characters long, but if we want the last element, we want to go 7 minus 1, and then we want the position at that. So then what do we have? Well, here we can see that we've got the last letter, so we could say if the last letter is equal to the target, return true. So this should return true now. And then else we just want to return false. So in this example, Bastian should return true. But what if we do Connor? Now the last letter in Connor is R, and that's not going to be equal to N, so this should return false. Cool. Looks like we got it. If we run the tests, doesn't look like they passed. Okay, interesting. So abstraction should be equal to action. Okay, this should return true. Cool. So
the letter, not the thing.
What we want to do, we can't just grab the last character. Anything that's longer than that, this should return false, but same, open sesame should return true because of sesame. So what can we do there? We want to say, we could go string dot slice, right? The string dot length minus 1. Now what happens if we console.log the last letter here? Now we're still getting R. So let's put in this example here with open sesame. I like this example. Okay, cool. So here we're getting E, but it's same. Same is not equal to E, so this doesn't happen, so we return false, even though it should be returning true. So what do we want to do? We want to say the string length, let's say let the string, or the target length, is equal to target dot length.
Is the solution.
And then instead of saying last letter, let's call this our matching case, right? Because we want this to be same. So matching case should be equal to there. Instead of last letter, matching target to match. Okay, so target to match is equal to string.slice and then string.length minus 1. This gives us the last letter. And then if you remember slice, we want to say, we want to put target length here. Actually, string.length minus target length. String.length. Got it. Okay, now I kind of just didn't describe that well, so I'm just going to slide this out. Now, first off, let's run the test and see if they pass. I think that this passes. So now let's say, okay, target length, string.length. So we're saying, let's get rid of the console log for now. And now we have target to match, right? So target to match, what we want to say the target length. So we find the target length. So for here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to say the target to match. What we need to do is pull that out of the string. So we say the length of the string minus the 4 here. So 4 minus the string.length. The string is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the string.length. And we do say the target length is equal to same. So 11 minus 4 is equal to 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 7, right? So if we were to console log here, the string.length minus the target length, we're going to get 7. So we're saying at position 7 to position 11. So 7 to 11. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that way we get same. So then our target to match is equal to same.
The same way.
And then our, we could say this is the target.
Repeat the given string. First argument for num times second argument. So this is gonna return an empty string if num is not a positive number. Return an empty string if num is not a positive number. For the purpose of this challenge, do not use the built-in repeat method. .repeat method. So I should multiply the, but is that how it works? I can't multiply. Well, so let me think about how to do this. Multiplication. And to repeat it multiple times. Probably not regex. Doesn't have anything to do. Let's look at the methods. Small dice split. So I can't use repeat. You can use a for loop. Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna do it. First I'm gonna create this structure the same way as I always create. Return string. No. So string plus equals string. And then here I should have an if statement inside. If num different than 0, then I return this. Else return empty string. I think this way is good enough. So repeat should not be used. So it's not working. Let's see what this code does. The tutor. Let me see how long I've been here for. 2 hours. Like 1 more hour and then I'm done for today. I'm gonna play some poker. I'll see this going one more time. This should be working now. Now this one is not working. Let's see. Maybe if I just put string there, as then equal, and delete this. And now it's not adding enough, so how can I do this? Can create an array, but I think it's too complicated. Create an array and then push all the strings to the array and then turn it into a string again. There must be an easier way. So if I do the plus, it's gonna be double the amount that I want. Let's see what this code does. This one I already know. And it returns this string. It runs 1 and 2, 3, 4. Oh no, it's each time that is going through is amplifying. So the first time it doubles up, and then the second time maybe if I create a variable and put it outside. A equals empty string. String plus how do I push that to the string? I need the method to put in the ends with method. Train start. Ends with maybe. Includes, let's see this one. Maybe replace can work also. Includes the method determines whether one string may be found within another string. So no, that's not the one. Concat, maybe concatenate. Concat method concatenates the string arguments to the calling string, returns a new string. String 1, string concat string 2. So string concat A. A is not defined. And I need to put this inside of this. Or maybe it's because it's not a variable. Yeah. I always forget to put the variable before. Let's test this one. So it passes this special case, but it's still not multiplying. It's probably returning the wrong thing, the wrong value. What if I put this inside of the loop? It's probably a different method though. maybe a plus string, and I put this outside of the loop. ABC1, ABC2, ABC3. So it's one more time. Yeah, this should work. Why is not working? Return value ABC. Oh, because I'm returning the string, not A. That's why. There we go. Nice, feels good. This one I don't think I'm gonna look, because it's kind of an easier one. Or maybe I should look actually the answers they provide. Oh, did I click there? I think I yeah. Yeah. Program is very simple. We have to take a variable and return the variable being blah blah blah. Function. So this did exactly like I did, but with a while loop instead of a for loop. If less than 1, else if return string. Oh, if it's equal to a return string, else string repeat string. So this is a recursive method. Recursive, which makes sense. True. And this is equal to the second one, but in one line. Truncate the string first argument. What does truncate mean? If it is longer than the given maximum string length, second argument. Turn the truncated string of a ... nd. So I assume to make it shorter. So probably the splice is gonna be the way to do it. Truncation is limiting the number of digits right of the decimal point. Splice, maybe. Split. Return. So why was the other one like not working? But so it returns the string with ... and slice. I keep saying splice, I don't know why. don't remember how to use this method. Slice method extracts a section of a string and returns it as a new string without modifying the original string. Oh, and here's not 8 num. So string dot slice. $31. It shouldn't be minus, should be. So it returns. So the beginning is the first argument is the beginning index. 0-based index at which to begin extraction. If negative, it is treated as string.length plus begin index. So it's probably string slice minus num. And then return dot dot dot. Why does it give me all the wrong? Let's see what the code is doing. If end index is omitted or didn't find or greater than string length, slice extracts to the end of the string. If negative, it is treated as string.length plus end index. For example, if end index is minus 3, it is treated as string length minus 3. If it is not undefined and not a number, an empty string is returned. If end index is specified as start is negative, end index should be negative. Otherwise, an empty string is returned. If end index is specified and start index and end index are positive, both positive or negative, end index should be greater than start index. Blah blah blah. Using slash to create a new string. The following example uses slash to create a new string. So the third one shows Marnie as a pawn. This is nice for negative index. The file is nice for negative index. So it should be 0 minus number. Why is this not doing anything? Maybe I need to put string 1 here. It still doesn't work. No, it's supposed to be working. It's returning the value. So what's wrong here? It's longer than the given maximum string length. Oh, now I understand. So the second number is the maximum string length. So this should be no. Now it's almost there. Dot length plus 2. What does that mean? Maybe it's length dot number. There. Length dot number dot length. Maybe. No. Then doesn't make sense when it's a number. Dot length plus 2. To create a string. So here is taking the whole string as a second argument, taking the whole string and putting dot length at the end. And saying that it should return everything. And the other one is the length plus 2. But this is the argument that's gonna put there. String dot now. I don't understand the way it's asking to do it. That's the problem here. It's not that I don't know how to do it, but when it gives me the length of the string, should turn it. When it gives me the length, it should give me the entire string. And so I think the easy way to do this is to put if else statement. is either equal or bigger. String 1 is not defined. So if string is greater than string length, less than, no, it's less than num. No, that doesn't make any sense either. So if string is less than string dot length, I have a feeling that this is wrong, but yeah, now these two are working and the other ones are not. So how can I say string dot length less than no. Should be bigger actually. Let's try this one. Ooh, almost. Maybe just bigger. There we go. Let's see how other people did it. Let me see how many hours. 2.5. So we'll have half more hour. Half more hour, is that correct? Half an hour left, yeah. We need to reduce the length of the string or truncate it. If it is longer than the given maximum length specified, and add the dots to them. Strings are immutable in JavaScript, so we need a new variable to store the truncated string. Yeah. You need to use the slice method and specify where to start and where to stop. So it's the same that I did. Same way that I did. We start off with simple if, or for both situation or true, means our string length is less than our truncation length. Turn string.length bigger than number, which is the same thing basically. Yeah, so that's the only way to do it, I guess. Create a function that looks through an array R and turns the first element init that passes the truth test. Looks through an array. This is the array. And returns the first element in it that passes the truth test. So this is the array. This is the function. It could be any function. The remaining of number divided by 2 equals to 0. This means that given an element x, the truth test is passed if func x is true. Given an element x, the truth test is passed if func x is true. No element passes the test, return undefined. This means that given an element x, the truth test is passed if func x is true. So given an element x, which is r, func r should be true. And why this is giving me wrong here? Yeah. I don't understand this statement here. This means that given an element x, the truth test is passed if func x is true. Okay, no, man. I don't remember functions very well. And if it can be multiple functions. Create a function that looks through an array. There is a first element in it that passes the truth test. This means that given an element x, the truth test is passed if func x is true. No element passes the test, turn undefined. Looks to the array. So I'm gonna look through this array. I don't know if this is a part of the problem or not. So the simple way is a for loop, right? Again. Equals 0. R.length. And so this loops through the array, and then you apply the function inside it. giving me that I can't do this. See? Given an element x, the truth test passes if func x is true. Let me see if also this works. Create a function that looks from an array and returns the first element in it that passes in a truth test. No element passes test, return and fine. So this one passes, this one doesn't. Function none. Also, I guess this is a problem. This is a part of the problem. Maybe it's a return none here. Stop. Func none. So the function is right. And this is one equal sign. No. And triple equal sign. So how comes this is not working? That should be our... Alright, but it doesn't work as well. Returns the first element in it that passes a truth test. Let's look this up. I think this is the last one I will do. Today. Oh, because it's returning, it's checking one time only. So maybe I'll delete this. And put it here. No. I don't remember functions very well. I need to Think about it. So why is it going one character? Let's see func num. Yeah. It means that given an x, the truth test is passed. I think I'm gonna look this up because I don't understand what he's asking. Create a function that looks for an array. This means that given an element x, the truth test is passed if func x is true. This means that given an element x, the truth test is passed if func x is true. Also, this should be R1, I think. Ri, maybe. Nah, there we go. Nice. Let's see the solutions. Because I was thinking about the number here, but now I understand what it means. Each element of the array is going to be tested in the function as if it was the number x, and if it passes the test, if this is equal true, right, so if this function for this number is equal true, then returns the number. It loops through them, and if it's not true, it's gonna return undefined. So creates the for loop as I did. If func num return num, and then makes num equals r I, which I didn't do, but still works. I guess this is a method that I didn't know about. Look to the array given in the first parameter using the .map method. This is the function, and the second parameter is the callback function. For the index of the first number that meets the condition, the function uses that index to display the first available number that meets the condition. Yeah. Curious to see what the guy in this is it. What the useful programmer did. And then I'm done for today. And tomorrow, maybe this is an easy one. Check if a value is classified as a Boolean primitive. Return true or false. Boolean primitives are true or false. True and false. Check if a value is classified as a Boolean primitive. I think this is an easy one, so I'm gonna do this also. I'm thinking about using the triple equal sign. So all of these are correct. So maybe this is the OR operator instead of then when a false should return true. Why is this not right? Like this. This. Why is just not returned? Because I make the value equal. So it has to check if, well, oh, it's not returning. So if return false, return false. Bool false is equal false. Let me delete this. Let's see what happens. Nice, there we go. So let's look at the answers for this one also. And so far this today has been easier than the other days. Type of Boolean. So this is the function, the name of the method, type of. It's so good to get it right, man.
Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to do an exercise called finders keepers. So we're going to create a function that looks through an array of the first argument and returns the first element in the array that passes a truth test, the second argument. If no element passes the test, return undefined. So we want to remember to use read, search, ask if we get stuck, try to pair program, and write your own. So we want to find the element within an array, and then this is the value that must return true. So return number is evenly divisible by 2 is equal to 0. So they only want even numbers. So this would return 8 because 8 is the first even number in the array. Cool. So let's say returns the first element in the array that passes for true. Okay, so what we want to do is iterate through the array. So we're going to go array, or we're going to say for let I equal 0, I is less than array.length, I plus equals 1. So now we're iterating through each of the elements. And then our next step is going to be to pass each of the elements into the function. So the function, and then we're going to pass in the array at position I. And then what we want to say is if function array at position of I is equal to true, well, we don't even have to say true, we can just say if it's true, then we want to return the array at position I. Otherwise, we want to return undefined. Now let's console.log this. And we're going to get undefined because none of these numbers are even. Well, first off, let's just see if we're getting this right. Now, this is wrong. There's definitely something wrong here, so we should be like console.log. Let's first off make sure our array at position I is working. I always do that in length. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we're iterating through. Our array at position I is 1, 2. And then because 2 is returned, so that's what's happening. We're returning 2 because 2 is evenly divisible. This is passing into the function the 2. And because 2 modulo 2 is equal to 0, then we're returning that position. So yeah, this will pass the test. So let's go over this again just to kind of make it as clear as possible. So we're being passed in a function, and then first off we're passing in an array and then a function. In this example here, we're looking for even numbers. Because all of these are odd numbers, this should return undefined. Let's console log that. Now this is going to be undefined. So what's happening here? So here we're going through each of the elements of the array, 1, and then 3, and then 5, and then 9, and we're passing them into this function. And so 1 modulo 2 is equal to 1. 3 modulo 2 is equal to 1. 5 modulo 2 is equal to 1. 9 modulo 2 is equal to 1. And so because none of these render out to be true, we don't hit this point, and we just move down to here and return undefined. Now if we were to pass in this element at the beginning, you can see if we were to console.log array at position I, we're going 1, 3, 5, 8. Now why do we stop at 8? Because 8 modulo 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8. That means what's the remainder from 8 divided by 2? It's equal to 0. So because that's 0, then we execute the code in here. And our return statement exits the for loop and the if statement. And so now our function has returned the value at which it returns true in this one. And so if we were to get rid of this console log, we can see clearly that that result is the number 8, which is what we're looking for. Anyways, hope this helps. We're on the test to see if they pass. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next lesson.
Mostre aquele cuja proteção causou tanta destruição.
Shout out to this guy.
Deve reuni-lo a outros de seu povo.
Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to do an exercise called Boohoo. Check if a value is classified as a Boolean primitive. Return true or false. Boolean primitives are true or false. Remember to use read, search, ask. Try to pair program. Write your own code. True should return true. False should return true. 1, 2, 3 should return false. 0.slice should return false. Return false. Should return false. 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 It should almost always return false. What is a new fad diet for Ghost developers? The Boolean. Return. So yeah, I guess if I want to say like if bool return true and then else return false.
Okay. Like me.
Okay, so this doesn't work. So if we return, okay, so maybe type of is equal to Boolean. return true. Let's go console.log. Okay, so well, let's do this one. We know this one should return false. Okay, and then we want true to return true, and we want foo-hoo to return false. Cool, this is true, and then this one's false. This is probably going to pass the tests now. Okay, so let's talk about this. Why is this the result? So I'm just going to comment this out for now. So we've got nothing in a console.log true. Okay, so if we console.log true, now if we go type of, that means that we've got what's called a Boolean. So we want to say, if we say type of true is equal to Boolean, then we're going to get true. But if we do type of 1, it's not a Boolean, it's false. The type of 1 is equal to number. And that's how we get the result. So the whole idea behind this is that we're just testing to find out whether or not whatever's being passed in, whether it's true or false, is a Boolean. Yeah, so anyways, we could also go else, return false. But that doesn't make a slightest bit of difference, but sometimes people like to have their code like that. Yeah, and passes the test. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next lesson.
Alright, so that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll be back, probably. See ya.